God says now. Be still. Not because you are lacking, but because you have carried enough. You have walked through seasons where strength was demanded without rest, where faith was required without reassurance, where patience was learned the hard way. I saw every step you took when no one else understood the weight you were carrying. You were not weak in those moments. You were becoming. There were nights you questioned everything, your direction, your timing, even your worth. You wondered if your silence meant abandonment, if your waiting meant delay, if your endurance meant you were being overlooked. Hear this clearly now. You were never overlooked. You were never delayed. You were never alone. What felt like stillness was protection. What felt like loss was redirection. What felt like silence was me working where you could not see. I know how long you stayed strong. I know how often you chose peace when reaction felt easier. I know how many times you held faith together quietly without applause. That kind of faith is not wasted. That kind of endurance is not forgotten. You are not in the same season anymore. The chapter you are entering does not require constant struggle to prove devotion. It does not demand exhaustion as evidence of worth. It does not require you to carry burdens that were never meant to be yours. You are allowed to rest now. Let go of the habit of bracing for loss. Let go of the belief that calm is temporary. Let go of the fear that something will go wrong just because things feel steady. Peace is not a test. Peace is confirmation. I am doing something different in your life now. Something quieter, something deeper. Something that does not announce itself loudly because it is meant to last. You have learned what chaos costs you. You have learned what misalignment feels like in your body. You have learned the difference between intensity and truth. That knowledge is shaping your future. You are no longer being led by urgency. You are being guided by clarity. This is why your tolerance has changed. Why certain conversations drain you. Why certain paths no longer tempt you. Why your soul responds to simplicity more than noise. That is wisdom settling in. Do not rush to fill the space I am creating around you. Space is not emptiness. Space is preparation. Let what is meant for you reveal itself through consistency. Let what is real prove itself through time. Let what belongs stay without force. You no longer need to chase what is aligned. You no longer need to convince what is true. You no longer need to beg for what is meant to remain. Trust the pace. I know there is a part of you that still waits for the other shoe to drop. A part that learned to stay alert because stability once disappeared without warning. That part kept you alive, but it does not get to lead you forward. You are safe enough now to loosen your grip. Safe enough to receive without fear. Safe enough to let goodness stay. What is coming into your life now will not require you to shrink. It will not ask you to abandon your values. It will not demand that you sacrifice your peace to keep it. It will meet you where honesty lives. If something pressures you to rush, pause. If something respects your pace, pay attention. I guide you as much through calm as through clarity. You do not need every answer today. You do not need every detail explained. You only need to stay present with what is unfolding now. Your life is not falling apart. It is organizing itself. I am removing what no longer aligns. I am reinforcing what can sustain you. I am preparing you not just to receive, but to keep what you receive. This is not about becoming someone new. This is about finally living as who you already are. Do not look back with regret. Everything that ended made space. Everything that delayed protected you. Everything that challenged you refined you. You did not lose time. You gained discernment. Walk forward gently. Choose what feels grounded. Let clarity guide your steps more than fear. You are held. You are guided. You are exactly where you need to be, right now. Stay with me here. Do not hurry past this stillness. There is work being done that does not need effort from you, only trust. You have spent so much of your life learning how to endure that ease can feel unfamiliar. You learned how to survive pressure, how to keep moving while tired, how to hold faith together with trembling hands. That strength carried you through storms, but storms are not your home. I did not shape you only to keep you struggling. I shaped you so you could stand steady when calm finally arrived. This is why things feel different now. Why your reactions are softer. Why your choices feel clearer. Why you no longer feel drawn to what once consumed you. You are not losing passion. You are gaining discernment. There was a time you believed that if you stopped pushing, everything would fall apart. That belief was formed when you had to be strong too soon, when responsibility arrived before rest, when survival demanded constant motion. But hear me now. You do not need to push anymore for what is meant to stay. What is aligned with your life now will not collapse if you rest. What is true will not disappear if you pause. What belongs will not be offended by your boundaries. I am teaching you how to live without fear as your motivator. Fear once sharpened your instincts. Now wisdom will guide your steps. You will notice that your life begins to simplify, not because you are doing less, but because you are choosing better. Your time becomes more intentional, your energy more protected, your focus more precise. This is not limitation, this is refinement. Do not compare this chapter to anyone else's. Your path required a depth of preparation that others did not need. Your calling demands stability, not chaos. That is why I slowed you down. I know you wondered why things took longer than expected, why doors did not open when you were ready, why certain desires remained out of reach despite effort and faith. Those delays were not denial, they were alignment. You were becoming someone who could sustain what you asked for. Now, when opportunity comes, it will not overwhelm you. When connection forms, it will not drain you. When growth appears, it will not demand exhaustion as proof. You are being trusted with longevity. Let go of the belief that struggle makes you worthy. You were worthy before you endured anything. Struggle was never the requirement. It was the classroom, and class is over. You are allowed to enjoy days that are simple, moments that are quiet, progress that feels steady instead of explosive. You do not need to announce your growth. You do not need to defend your peace. You do not need to explain why you choose calm. Live it. I am with you in the pauses. I am with you in the clarity. I am with you in the ordinary days that are building something extraordinary beneath the surface. Trust what is stabilizing in your life. Trust what feels clean and honest. Trust what no longer asks you to abandon yourself. You are not drifting, you are anchoring. And from this anchor point your life will grow, not upward in chaos, but outward in strength. Stay present, stay grounded, stay open. What comes next will meet you here. Not in fear, not in urgency, but in peace. And that peace is not temporary, it is the foundation. Remain here with me a little longer, not because you are unfinished, but because you are learning how to receive without tension. You spent years believing that movement was safety, that doing more meant losing less, that vigilance was the price of stability. That belief kept you alert, but it also kept you tired. I am teaching you something gentler now. You do not need to monitor your life every moment for signs of collapse. You do not need to predict outcomes to stay protected. You do not need to prepare for pain before joy is even present. Those habits were learned when certainty was rare. They are not sins. They are scars, and scars do not get to lead you. This chapter asks you to practice a different strength, the strength of allowing. Allowing yourself to enjoy a good day without suspicion. Allowing peace to exist without asking when it will end. Allowing rest without narrating your worth. That is not complacency. That is trust maturing. I know there are moments when you feel almost too calm, and a part of you wonders if you're missing something, if you should be doing more, if waiting quietly means you've stopped growing. Listen carefully. Growth does not always feel like effort. Sometimes it feels like relief. You are integrating lessons now, not learning new ones the hard way. You are applying wisdom, not earning it through pain. You are building from understanding, not from urgency. This is why your life feels like it is reorganizing itself. Things are finding their place. People are revealing their capacity. Paths are clarifying without force. I am involved in this ordering. What is meant to stay is being strengthened. What is meant to leave is loosening naturally. Nothing essential is being taken from you. You are not losing momentum. You are gaining precision. From here forward, your choices will feel simpler, not because life is smaller, but because you know yourself better. You recognize what aligns faster. You release what doesn't without explanation. That is freedom. Do not romanticize the version of yourself that survived everything. Honor them, but do not return to them. You are not meant to live in constant recovery. You are meant to live in continuity. Continuity is built through small, honest decisions repeated over time. Through honoring your limits. Through choosing truth over comfort. Through letting go without drama. This is why I have slowed your pace. Speed would have taken you back to old patterns. Stillness is teaching you discernment. You are learning how to listen before acting. How to respond instead of react. How to trust the quiet knowing inside you. That knowing is me, speaking softly. You do not need thunder to confirm direction. You do not need disruption to validate progress. You do not need struggle to feel worthy. You are already worthy. You are already guided. You are already held. Let your life unfold without resistance. Let the days be what they are. Let peace become familiar. I am not preparing you for loss. I am preparing you for stewardship. The ability to care for what you receive, to maintain what you build, to protect what you value. This is a higher calling than survival. So walk gently now. Choose calmly. Rest when needed. You are not behind. You are not early. You are exactly on time. And you are learning how to live like it. Stay present. I am here. Let us close gently now. God of all peace, of patience learned in silence and strength forged without applause, we come to you not asking for proof, but offering trust. Thank you for this soul, for how far they've come, for what they survived without losing their heart, for the faith they carried quietly when answers were slow. You saw the nights they didn't speak about, the choices they made when no one was watching, the strength it took to keep going when rest felt undeserved. Nothing was wasted, nothing was unseen. If there is any fear still hiding in their chest, soften it now. If there is any habit of bracing for loss, release it gently. If there is any belief that peace must be earned through pain, replace it with truth. Cover them with calm that does not depend on circumstances. Give them clarity without urgency, confidence without arrogance, faith that stands steady even when nothing dramatic happens. Bless what is aligning in their life. Strengthen what is meant to stay. Quietly remove what cannot honor their peace, without struggle, without regret. Teach them how to receive without guilt, how to rest without apology, how to move forward without carrying the past behind them. If new doors are opening, let them open gently. If new connections are forming, let them be honest and steady. If new purpose is unfolding, let it arrive without fear. Guard their heart, order their steps, anchor their mind, and when doubt tries to return, remind them they are not late, they are not forgotten, they are not behind. They are held, they are guided. They are exactly where you prepared them to be. Let their life continue to stabilize. Let peace become familiar. Let joy arrive without interrogation. May they walk forward calmly, build patiently, and live fully, without needing to survive anymore. We release this moment into your care. Amen.